NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is a military alliance established in 1949 to provide collective security against the threat posed by the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Initially, it included 12 member countries: the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Italy, and Portugal. The foundational principle of NATO is collective defense, enshrined in Article 5 of the NATO Treaty, which states that an armed attack against one member is considered an attack against all members, obligating them to respond collectively. After the Cold War ended with the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991, NATO adapted to new security challenges. By 2024, NATO had grown to include 31 member countries, with North Macedonia being one of the latest additions. BRICS. BRICS is an acronym for 5 major emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The group was originally known as BRIC before the inclusion of South Africa in 2010. These countries are known for their significant influence on regional and global affairs, and are distinguished by their large, fast-growing economies. Collectively, BRICS nations cover over 26% of the world's land area and are home to more than 40% of the global population. Economically, they represent about a quarter of the global GDP. The BRICS countries hold annual summits to discuss various issues such as economic cooperation, political coordination, and cultural exchange. The BRICS countries also emphasize the need for a multipolar world order, where no single country or group of countries has dominance over global affairs. This approach is seen as a counterbalance to the dominance of Western countries and institutions. Despite their differences in political systems and economic structures, the BRICS countries share a common goal of fostering inclusive growth and sustainable development. The Allied Powers. In World War I, the main Allied powers were the United Kingdom, France, and Russia. These countries formed the backbone of the alliance that fought against Germany, Austria, Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. The United States joined the Allies in 1917, providing crucial support that helped tip the balance in favor of the Allies. Italy, initially part of the Triple Alliance with Germany and Austria-Hungary, switched sides to join the Allies in 1915. The war ended with the defeat of the Central Powers and the signing of the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. In World War II, the major Allied powers included the United States, the United Kingdom, the Soviet Union, and China. France was also a key member until its defeat by Germany in 1940, after which the Free French forces continued to fight alongside the Allies. These countries joined forces to combat the aggression of the Axis powers, which included Germany, Italy, and Japan. Significant battles and campaigns, such as D-Day and the Battle of Stalingrad, marked the Allied efforts. The war ended with the unconditional surrender of Germany in May 1945 and Japan in September 1945. The Axis powers. Germany, led by the Austrian painter and his party, was the primary force behind the Axis powers. The Austrian painter sought to dominate Europe, overturn the Treaty of Versailles, and establish a greater German empire. Germany's aggressive expansion began with the annexation of Austria and the invasion of Czechoslovakia, culminating in the invasion of Poland in 1939, which triggered World War II. Italy, under the leadership of Benito Mussolini and his fascist regime, sought to create a new Roman Empire in the Mediterranean and Africa. Japan, governed by a militaristic government and Emperor Hirohito, aimed to dominate Asia and the Pacific. Japan's expansionist activities included the invasion of China in the 1930s and the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, which led to the United States joining the war. The Axis powers were bound by several agreements, including the Tripartite Pact of 1940, which formalized their military alliance. Despite initial successes, the Axis powers faced mounting resistance from the Allies, including significant defeats such as the Battle of Stalingrad and the D-Day invasion. The Axis powers began to crumble in 1943 with Italy's surrender and continued with Germany's defeat in May 1945, followed by Japan's surrender in September 1945. The Warsaw Pact. The Warsaw Pact, officially known as the Treaty of Friendship, Cooperation, and Mutual Assistance, was a military alliance established in 1955 by the Soviet Union and 7 Eastern European countries: Albania, which withdrew in 1968, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, and Romania. The alliance was created in response to the formation of NATO and the integration of West Germany into NATO. Throughout its existence, the Warsaw Pact played a significant role in Cold War geopolitics. It was involved in key events such as the suppression of the Hungarian Revolution in 1956 and the Prague Spring in Czechoslovakia in 1968, where Warsaw Pact forces intervened to crush attempts at liberalization and maintain Soviet control. As the Cold War drew to a close, the influence of the Warsaw Pact waned. In 1991, following the collapse of communist regimes across Eastern Europe and the disintegration of the Soviet Union, the Warsaw Pact was formally disbanded. The UN, the United Nations, aka the joke. The European Union. The European Union is a political and economic union of European countries established to foster closer economic and political integration among its member states. It began as the European Coal and Steel Community in 1951 and evolved into the EU with the Maastricht Treaty in 1993. The EU aims to promote economic cooperation, ensure political stability, and enhance the quality of life for its citizens. It currently includes 27 member countries, which collaborate on a wide range of issues, including trade, environmental protection, and security. The EU has its own institutions to manage these responsibilities: European Commission, European Parliament, Council of the EU, European Council, Court of Justice of the European Union. ASEAN. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations is a regional organization founded in 1967 to promote political and economic cooperation among countries in Southeast Asia. Established by Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand, ASEAN now includes 10 member countries: Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia. ASEAN's primary goals are to enhance regional stability, promote economic growth, and foster cultural and social ties among its member states. OIC, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, is an international organization founded in 1969, consisting of 57 member states, which collectively represent over 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide. The OIC aims to promote and safeguard the interests of the Muslim world. The organization was established in response to the arson attack on the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, with the goal of uniting Muslim countries and fostering solidarity among them. Additionally, the OIC seeks to safeguard and protect the holy sites of Islam, support the struggle of the Palestinian people, and combat Islamophobia.